Hi, I'm Donnie Bryson. Welcome to another edition of the International Sunday School Lesson. Today's lesson is for June the 14th, 2026. The title of today's lesson is Hannah, the Faithful Supplicant. It's taken from 1 Samuel 1, 9 through 20 and verse 25. The story today is about Hannah, Peninnah, and Elkanah, and the priest Eli. Hannah and Peninnah were the wives of Elkanah. Peninnah had children by Elkanah, but Hannah was childless. This was a huge problem back in that day. Children were a blessing, but they also provided for their parents, especially in their old age. 1 Samuel 1, 9 and 11. Once, when they had finished eating and drinking in Shiloh, Hannah stood up. Now Eli the priest was sitting on his chair by the doorpost of the Lord's house. In her deep anguish, Hannah prayed to the Lord, weeping bitterly. Eli was sitting in the place of authority, which was the chair by the doorpost. He was overseeing the events of the tabernacle. Hannah was weeping bitterly and praying silently. We know from the later verse that she was praying silently, which was very unusual in the Old Testament. 1 Samuel 1:11. And she made a vow, saying, Lord Almighty, if you will only look on your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant, but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life, and no razor will ever be used on his head. She was talking privately with the Lord. She very specifically prayed for a son because she wanted to dedicate him for the tabernacle service and have him make him a lifelong Nazirite. One of the requirements of being a Nazirite is letting hair grow, which is the significance of the phrase, no razor shall be used on his head. 1 Samuel 1:12 through 14. As she kept on praying to the Lord, Eli observed her mouth. Hannah was praying in her heart, and her lips were moving, but her voice was not heard. Eli thought she was drunk, and he said to her, How long are you going to stay drunk? Put away your wine. Eli had been accustomed to folks drinking and carrying on in the tabernacle. His sons did that regularly. So he just assumed that Hannah was just like his sons and throwing a drunk in the tabernacle. Silent prayers were very unusual in ancient Israel. Hannah was not making a sound, and that was very unusual. It was a very reasonable assumption that Eli made that Hannah was drunk in the tabernacle. It was reasonable, but it was very, very wrong. 1 Samuel 1:15 and 16. Not so, my lord, Hannah replied. I am a woman who is deeply troubled. I have not been drinking wine or beer. I was pouring out my soul to the Lord. Do not take your servant for a wicked woman. I have been praying here out of great anguish and grief. Hannah explained what was going on to Eli. She was emotional. She was pleading with the Lord. She was talking privately to God, but her emotions were visible. The phrase, wicked woman, is Bath Belial in Hebrew. That's translated daughter of Belial in the King James Version, and was used to describe someone very evil and often given to demonic influences. Hannah was letting Eli know that it was not that case with her. She was not a daughter of Belial. 1 Samuel 1:17 and 18. Eli answered, Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." She said, "May your servant find favor in your eyes." Then she went her way and ate something, and her face was no longer downcast. Eli realized his mistake and gave a prophetic blessing. Hannah's countenance was no more sad, indicates her confidence that God had heard and would answer her prayer. 1 Samuel 1:19 and 20. Early in the next morning they arose and worshipped before the Lord, and then went back to their home at Ramah. Elkanah made love to his wife Hannah, and the Lord remembered her. So in the course of time, Hannah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked the Lord for him." The birth of Samuel gave Hannah the reason to put away the intense grief she had felt. Also, the birth of Samuel was a great blessing to the people of Israel. Samuel held a unique position in the history of Israel. He was the last judge and the first prophet. He was a transitional figure. 1 Samuel 1:25. When the bull had been sacrificed, they brought the boy to Eli. We see that Hannah didn't make a vain vow to the Lord. She did exactly what she promised. We also know that God blessed her and gave her more children after Samuel. She had 3 sons and 2 daughters after Samuel. Couple of concluding thoughts. First, always take your concerns to the Lord. Second, always be careful to not assume the worst like Eli did with Hannah. Third, always follow through with what you promise the Lord like Hannah did with Samuel. Well, friends, good Lord willing, I'll be back with you next weekend.